Nothing but talk from Mario Draghi tanks the markets. Hello, Market Club members everywhere. Adam Hewison here, co-founder of Market Club, with your midday market report for Thursday, the 2nd of August. You know, as we mentioned on Market Club TV last night, I hope you watched the show, no word from the ECB or Mario Draghi spells doom and gloom for the markets. You know, that's exactly what happened today. Talk is cheap, and what the market really wants to see is concrete action, not talk. You know, remember Italy, Spain, and Greece, and others all owe a boatload of money. We do not believe there's any plan of action, and the politicians are just thinking of more and more ways to kick the can down the road. That's a fact, and they can't get around that or sweep it under the rug. I think the market's going to be on the defensive for the rest of the week. So let's look at the S&P 500 right here. Boom. Sharply down. The PSAR is now above here. We've been talking about this pattern here. There's boom here, boom, 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 down, down, down. So I think tomorrow would be very important to see where this market closes. But the real disaster du jour has to be the show. What we talked about last night on the show. This is Knight Capital screwed up, possibly losing $440 million. I think it's going to put them out of business. Minus 100, but look, we got short here at $12.11 before all of the screw-up came out. How did the trade triangles know? I have no idea. It doesn't matter, but it just shows you the power of trade triangles. Let's go back to our next market. And this is the Dow. Dow looks a little bit sick here, looks a little heavy. This is the talk of the some short covering, some big short covering here when Mario Draghi mentioned last week, yes, we're going to do everything we can to support the euro. Well, it didn't translate into this week, and we're down quite dramatically, hitting some key points today. So let's go to the NASDAQ. Pretty much the same pattern there, not looking good. Is a little bit oversold, but nonetheless, it's not looking that great. Next market we're looking at is crude oil. Crude oil, the same pattern. We talked about this on the show last night. You've had the pullback, and this is the pattern we talked about. This market coming down. It came down and it rolled over. And that's exactly what the pattern is. I think we'll see this market come down potentially to the 84 level and test the lower end of this Donchian trade channel. So let's see how that plays out, but let's clear the screen. Got a lot of things going on right now. I want to go through these pretty quickly so we get to the next market. Next market we're going to be looking at is the euro against the dollar. This is a continuing disaster. You can see we had a kind of a little signal that came here today, but the reality is, if you remember, our comments were between 123 and 124. That's like a rock in a hard place for this market. Today's action is not good. Closing down here, I think, will be very negative, and we could possibly see this market. Watch this market very closely tomorrow, being Friday. Look for a 2-year low closing. The lowest close we've seen in this market is the 120.74. So another, let's say, big handle down on the downside. We could be looking at new lows closing for the weekend, which means you want to be short. So let's get this to the next market, and that's gold. Gold has moved down to the 1590, the 1580 level, which we predicted and expected, and it was becoming from this heavy resistance level right around the 1630 level. Now we potentially could move down to the bottom of this trade channel at around 1560, 1570. I would not be surprised to see that happening, as particularly if we see a move out of these assets. So let's go to our next market. Copper. Copper's moved down to the 330 level, which we expected, currently trading at 3.29, and we're getting towards the low end of the range here. This is going to be important to see where we close on Friday, but it looks to me like it's going to be finding support around the 330 level. Let's see how that plays out, but nonetheless, the trend severely to the downside. You want to be short this market. Next market's going to be silver. Silver is potentially the casualty du jour here. If we close below the 2690 or 2680 level, you want to be short because this market's going to go lower. And a key level there are the 2 points I mentioned this coming Friday. Looking at the Reuters Jefferies CRB index, you can see with all the metals down, the grains down, and the crude oil down, this market's under pressure. And closing down here, it's going to be coming down towards the 285, 287 level on the Donchian trading channel. We've moved out from the top. We're going to go back down to the bottom, in my opinion. So let's go to our next market, and that's going to be the banks. JP Morgan Chase, not looking good. Very negative close. We're going to be down here below the PSR. I think we go down and test the 33 level. And we'll jump through some of these banks. Citi's the same way. Citi looks like a test the 25 level, minus 100. Not a good score for this market to have. The trend is down. The trend is your friend. You want to be short this market. BAC, Bank of America, minus 100, trend down. If we go below today's low, and it's right here, and we're looking at a PSR at 7.04, which is about 10 points lower, I would say that would be a signal to get short. But it closed below, the lowest close we've seen here, I think, in this market was 704. Key level is 704. Close below 7 is going to be very negative on this market tomorrow. So let's watch that very carefully. This is Wells Fargo. Not a good close in this market. Again, if we close down below 33, I think that's going to be put this market up to test the lower end of its Donchian trade channel. New York, Goldman Sachs, again, not negative on the PSAR, mixed on the triangles, minus 55 trading range, but I would not rule out a move back down to the lower end here, which is right around the 91, 92 level. So let's see how that plays out. And Morgan Stanley, same thing there. Just moved out below its PSAR, and it looks like it's set to go lower. That's what we're looking for there. So I'm going to try to get through these pretty quickly. And you can see here that we are looking at the, what is this? The FAS. We talked about this last night on the show. Acting very, very well. It's moved up, and it looks like it's made a turn, at least to go and check the 24.50 to 25 level, the top of the Donchian trade channel. So let's see how that plays out. And let's go to our next market, and that's the SDS, ultra short, the S&P 500, meaning this market goes up, the other market, the S&P 500, goes down. That's how it works. So we're looking for this market to continue to go higher and possibly go to the 1650 area and test the upper levels of its Donchian trading channel. So next market is the PAC. There's a DUG. This is ultra short oil. Not too keen on this market, but it looks like it's possibly made a bottom out of the lower end of the channel. Seeing this market move out from here. So let's see how that plays out. And this is the General Motors. This is the government motors, I like to call them, because we actually, as taxpayers, we own General Motors. We like to think we do, but we really don't. But this is a key level to look at. We closed, the lowest close looks like 1879. If we close below 1879 tomorrow, Friday, look to get short this market because I think it'll be under pressure next week. Next market we're looking at is Apple. Apple, a little bit disappointing. I think yesterday we got, looked pretty good. We traded as high as 1640, 61640, and today's action, no follow through. And I certainly think if we close down here towards these levels, we may see a little more pullback. But Apple is Apple, and the trend is your friend, and the trend is longer term positive for this market. And that concludes today's show. We've gone through a lot of stocks very quickly, and I think the best thing I can say is let's see how things play out tomorrow. But I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, and we'll be talking about all these markets again tomorrow. So it looks to me like Knight Capital Group is going to be no longer. I think it's going to go out of business. So Adam Hewison for Market Club. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Thanks for watching. Have every success in the marketplace.